the secret truth behind Bak Chan's success. I'm just curious about more Bak Chan's personality. I want to know more about him. If there's like a good biography or like a documentary style that I can watch on Every Member, I would like to know. I like to get deeper into their personalities and know their backgrounds too. It's more fun for me. Again, if you want to watch something more fun, click the link in the description for Patreon for music videos from Stray Kids, from TV shows, and different kind of vlogs that I cannot upload on YouTube. So if you want to check out a bunch of different music videos from Stray Kids, a lot of different BTS content, TV shows, mostly live reaction, click the link in the description for Patreon. I also have concert reaction on Patreon. There's hundreds of exclusive content on Patreon. And if you want to support the channel, click the link in the description for that. Let's get into this.
The leader of Stray Kids has been making waves in K-pop industry since his debut in 2018. His talent as a rapper, singer, and producer has earned him a loyal fan base and numerous awards. However, there is a secret truth behind Bang Chan's success, who was the only one chosen out of 800 people in audition that many fans may not be aware of.
When he was in high school,
Bang Chan, also known as CB97, is the leader of the South Korean band Stray Kids.
His name is Christopher. I wonder if his parents has religious backgrounds. With the naming him Christopher, or it was just what it was.
인사부터 드리겠습니다. 인사드리겠습니다. 하나, 둘, 셋. 안녕하세요. Stray Kids입니다.
Born in Seoul, South Korea, and spent most of his childhood in Sydney, Australia. It's not a secret that he has a musical family, and that they instilled in him a love of music. His mother often played songs in the car, and they sang them together. He said how, as a child, their family had moved from one suburb of Sydney to another. As the eldest of 3 children, he describes himself as a very inquisitive child.
2 siblings.
There's a saying, "Curiosity killed the cat," which he used to describe himself. His parents enrolled him in taekwondo and football, and at the age of 7 he discovered his passion for swimming, which, after receiving a series of medals, led to his father organizing a swimming club. Music permeated his entire childhood. As he says, it was everywhere. His mother reminisces how he could suddenly start dancing in the middle of the street, just learning to walk, hitting random passersby, and a love for various genres of pop music.
He had that musical talent within him, and most importantly, passion too, since he was young. There's just some people who were born with it, I think, and Bak Chan is probably one of them. And he knew what he wanted to do and pursued it since he was young, which takes a lot of guts and bravery. Imagine doing that from a young age. Also explains the athletic movements and athletic background with the swimming and the soccer and taekwondo, and explains everything. His body naturally built from when he was young, how athletic he looks when he's dancing. That makes sense.
Supply. ABBA, Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra was passed on to her son. He joined the school choir and participated in class musical productions, realizing more and more that he could pursue his love of music and performance in full seriousness. In 2010, at the age of 13, he first auditioned for JYP Entertainment, one of the 4 big agencies in South Korea. About 800 people came to the audition, and he was the only one who successfully passed the audition.
Wow.
He flew to Korea in April of
What's the statistics on 800 people? 100 out of 1 is your 1%. So 1,000 out of 1 is almost 0.1%. So it's around the area of 0.1 something percent. Jeez.
2011, and his life has changed since then. As you know, being a trainee in South Korea is not easy. Numerous trainings in dance, vocals, production, monthly checks, and sometimes most of the trainees give up and stop dreaming of becoming an idol. As a trainee, Bang Chan faced many challenges. He was often homesick and struggled with the language and culture barrier. However, his perseverance and determination helped him to overcome these obstacles. He worked tirelessly to improve his skills and to become a better performer. Bang Chan
also makes me sad that he was lonely without the boys in the beginning. That's one of the sadness and the sufferings you have to go through as a leader. that is hurtful to think about too.
Quickly became a standout trainee, and it wasn't long before JYP Entertainment knew they had a star on their hands. In 2017, it was Bang Chan's long-awaited debut opportunity, but not without a catch. He and the other members of Stray Kids had to survive a reality TV show by completing performance and songwriting missions in which the members could be kicked out of the group before their first debut release, putting his and their careers on the line. Bang Chan has remained extremely painfully focused throughout the show's run, maneuvering from demanding executive to supportive leader. When Lee Now and Felix were kicked out of the group, even though it was temporary, he was upset, feeling guilty for the situation.
Whoa.
When Stray Kids debuted in 2018,
Man, that made me feel really emotional too, and also at the same time made me feel motivated. Looking how serious Bang Chan was. I mean, his whole life stands on this. Wow, this show Kingdom must have been so emotional.
Bang Chan's leadership skills were immediately apparent. He took charge of the group and helped them to navigate the often difficult world of K-pop. He was also heavily involved in the group's musical production, helping to create many of their hit songs. Being the leader of a K-pop group has nothing to do with standing in the middle of the spotlight. Rather, it is a burden to be a reliable helm and anchor for the group. Even in his youth, Bang Chan naturally listened to the opinions of his friends about what he would do and where to go, trying to find a compromise so that everyone would have a good time. He was also class president. Even though I wasn't the perfect class president, he laughs. Since mom and dad were busy at work, I looked after the younger ones. That's how I learned responsibility. I think my childhood in Sydney and the opportunity to experiment different cultures helped me a lot. And my fluency in English is probably one of the main reasons why we can communicate freely with Stay, the name of Stray Kids fandom from all over the world, said Bang Chan.
You know what's crazy though? I just want you to guys imagine yourself moving to a different country, to chasing your dreams when you're 14, and you're there training years and years, not being able to have normal teenage experience, which we know how amazing it was, how fun it was. You're sacrificing all of that in order to become an idol. There's possibilities that you want to quit. We saw him working, like you're working all the time. You're on crazy diet when you're in a growing stage of your life. You're excluded from society in a way. You can't have normal friendships. And you're just constantly dancing, practicing, and doing all that. And especially when you're Bang Chan for a leader, in the first year or so, he was probably just alone. Imagine how sad it was knowing Bang Chan's personality. He's away from his siblings, his parents. Just, I want you to guys imagine that, how difficult that is. Hey, if you want to watch exclusive Stray Kids reactions like music videos, dance practices, concert reactions, or reality show reactions, click the link in the description for Patreon. Also, if you want to watch the unedited reactions, uncut reactions, sometimes I'll like cut certain parts that might be blocked on YouTube, and those reactions will be on Patreon. Click the link in the description for those reactions. And back to the video.
The fact that I became a leader was something taken for granted. I think it was because I was the one who brought the guys together. As the leader of the group,
humble too.
He has a fairly simple job of making sure all the members of Stray Kids are a priority. While I was a trainee, I learned a lot, which helped me grow up. And apparently this was the reason that I began to think that responsibility is very important, says Bang Chan in one of his interviews. Being a big brother for everyone in the team can be a very difficult task, but fortunately, the members of Chan's group are quite carefree. Seriously, they are all so funny and have their own special charm, and absolutely none of them are serious, Chan says through laughter. But what really sets Bang Chan apart is his work ethic. He is constantly putting in the effort to improve himself in the group. He has been involved in writing and producing many of the Stray Kids songs.
You know what's special about Bang Chan is even though he went through so much pain, he almost just smiles. That takes a different amount of energy too. Imagine you're going through so much struggle and you're going through difficulty and you still put a smile on your face.
As the producer team of Stray Kids, which is called Triacha, with 2 other members of Stray Kids, Changpin, Spear B, and Han, J1, including their hit tracks like God's Menu and Backdoor. He has also taken on the role of choreographer, creating the iconic dance moves for their songs. As a rookie, they won 14 awards in prestigious South Korean awards and Minette Asian Music Awards, Golden Disc Awards, Seoul Music Awards, Gaon Chart Music Awards, 35th Japan Gold Disc Awards. They won their very first Daesung Performance of the Year in 2021 Asian Artist Awards. In general, nowadays they have 3 Daesung grand prizes. The latest album, Maxident, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard charts last year, selling over 1.3 million copies in one day on Hanteo, South Korean music chart system, which counts all K-pop album sales. As of October 2022, across 18 of their albums and only 4 years after debuting, Stray Kids has surpassed 10 million album shipments in Korea and Japan. Stray Kids' Maniac World Tour made Stray Kids the second K-pop boy group after BTS to perform at a stadium in North America and included in top 5 tours by Asian groups in the US for 16 shows with 26.7 million people who enjoyed it.
They're also much younger too. Now imagine what they would do in the next few years, how much success we could bring now. It's crazy to think about the amount of views and attention they're getting, and they're just in the beginning of their career because this is going to go on for decades. Can you imagine the possibilities that Stray Kids has now? Now, already they're ambassadors for big luxury brands. They're filling out stadiums in America. And now there's worldwide tours. And they're filling out different concerts. And it's just going to grow bigger. They're going to create even more better music. They're going to find themselves better artistically. They're going to keep improving themselves in terms of, knowing their personality. And they're going to find themselves even more. There's going to be solo albums in the future. And there's going to be solo concerts. There's just a lot more bigger things to come, which makes you excited.
Concerts. They remain as the most followed 4th-generation K-pop group on YouTube. Stray Kids has now spent a total of 500 days on Spotify's Daily Top Artists Global. They are the 4th Korean act to do so after BTS, Twice, and Blackpink.
Wow.
The upcoming album, named 5 Star, has surpassed over 185,000 pre-ordered copies on K-Town for You in 29 days. They just now surpassed 11.3 million followers on Spotify and 25.3 million followers on Instagram. Despite his success, Bang Chan remains humble and grounded. He often expresses his gratitude toward the group's fans, known as Stays, for their continuous support and love.
His humbleness is a lot more special, knowing how difficulties he went through. I think humble people are actually people who went through some difficulties too. Like, we know how hard Bang Chan worked as from seeing this, and it's probably a glimpse that we don't see. We probably don't see the small depressed things he went through, a lot of pains that he went through, and he still remains this humble, says, everything is deserved. I was thankful to from other people. I was able to achieve this because of these people, from the boys, from my parents, and that kind of humbleness is something to aspire to and to learn from. Again, there's been few people that I look up to now since I started listening to Stray Kids and BTS, and Bang Chan is definitely one of them. It's always good to have literal idols. They have the image and the name of an idol, but for me now they're becoming my personal idols in terms of I want to be like this when I perhaps get into a relationship. For Bang Chan, his way, I think people talk about masculinity, and there's a lot of negative stigma to it, but I want to have a masculinity like Bang Chan. And for me, what definition of masculinity means is you are a loving, caring person, and you are soft, you are emotional at the same time, you are protective from your loved ones. You're protecting your loved ones. That is masculinity, and Bang Chan represents that. And I aspire to be like that in the future, right now with my friends, and in the future if I start a family, I want to be that person,
Work routine. The Han River became his favorite relaxing spot. It's a great place to relax and unwind, as he said. Bang Chan's success in the K-pop industry can be attributed to his exceptional talent, dedication, and hard work. He serves as an inspiration to many aspiring musicians, proving that with passion and perseverance, anything is possible. It is no wonder that Bang Chan and the Stray Kids continue to be one of the most successful groups in K-pop today. Leave your comments below.
We need to watch more documentary-style videos from the boys. I want to watch this too. This is 60 facts they should know about Bangchan.
He was born on October 3rd, 1997. Surprisingly, he himself chose each of the members. Over time, he saw the charm and abilities of each during their trainee days, thus managing to select them all. Among his professions are singer, rapper, dancer, composer, and producer. He auditioned in Australia to join JYP Entertainment. He created Stray Kids' first logo. In the group, he takes on the roles of leader, vocalist, and rapper. His family consists of his parents, a younger sister, and a younger brother. He mentioned that he was born in Korea, but when he was young, he moved to Australia. He lived in a residence for 6 years and 6 months. When fulfilling his role as a leader, he tends to be very direct and strict. However, he is more frequently seen being affectionate with his group members.
A sign of a good leader is also, you can be fun and amusing with your groups and protective, but you have to also still have that leader role. You need to be respected. So when it comes to be serious, you have to be serious yourself, so other members can also notice your aura around you and say, okay, Bangchan is serious. We have to be serious too. Serious.
He has the habit of always walking at the back when the group heads to the airport or important events. He does this to carefully observe each member and ensure that they are doing well. He is considered one of the best leaders in K-pop. Due to being a trainee for many years, several artists at JYP wish to see him debut. He considers his dimples one of his charming features. He stated that every time the group makes a comeback, they manage to learn new things, resulting in a memorable experience. He appeared in the music video for Only You by Miss A and in the debut music video of Twice. He really enjoys playing sports. His natural hair is curly. Members often playfully joke with him, calling him old simply because he is the oldest member. One of his nicknames is Kangaroo. He was a candidate to be a member of GOT7, but in the end, the company decided to choose Bam Bam. While training for several years, he unfortunately witnessed many of his friends being let go from the company, which over time began to affect him more and more. He has a live section called Chan's Room, where he talks and interacts with fans. On several occasions, he has given advice to fans, whether about difficult situations or everyday life. Once, there were rumors about relationships between NMIXX and Stray Kids. Upon learning this, he responded that the NMIXX girls are like the younger sisters of Stray Kids.
I didn't know there were rumors like that.
His mother has shown how proud she is of him. She even has a room decorated with various items related to her son and the other members. His favorite season is autumn. He mentioned that he prefers to take planned trips. He gifted all the members a group-branded hoodie, and he designed it himself. He mentioned that if he weren't a member of Stray Kids, he would be an athlete or actor. On some occasions, he struggles to fall asleep due to worries or thoughts. He once indirectly scolded fans because they constantly told him to go to sleep, so he kindly responded that he would sleep when he wanted to. He is someone who doesn't easily gain weight, as he himself mentioned. He can play the piano and the guitar. On one occasion, Felix sang during a live session, and Bangchan called him to praise his beautiful voice. His real name in English is Christopher. He is close to members of GOT7, Twice, Day6, and ITZY. Members of Twice confess that due to their strict diets, they would send Bangchan to get them food in secret. He mentioned that he really likes the voice of the singer Crush. He has composed many songs. Felix considers Bangchan to have a good body. When the group had a concert in Australia, he started crying, saying that he missed the country a lot and had Shiny is very beautiful because it combines Jonghyun's beautiful voice with very sentimental lyrics and melody. He considers himself an independent person. He prefers sunny days over rainy ones. He officially joined JYP Entertainment in 2010. He said that it doesn't matter if fans don't choose him as their bias, because if you're a stay, you're already his bias. He is part of the group's sub-unit called 3 Russia. One of his peculiar talents is that he can rotate his hand 360 degrees. He studied ballet and contemporary dance. On several occasions, he has mentioned that he finds Felix charming
Contemporary dance. That explains
and
some of his
kind because of his
movements, too.
personality. For him, making music is very similar to cooking. The first thing he does upon waking up is think about his schedule and what he has to do that day.
最後までブレないで耐えて今変えてく順序180
Fans are well aware that he has a special and strong bond with Felix among all the members. He said he would like to wake up as early as Lino, because Lino wakes up so early that he could never do that. He received an invitation from Chenli of NCT to attend the NCT Dream concert. Consequently, he attended the concert with Felix. He has the habit of ending his live sessions with a big hug, pretending to hug the camera as if they were his fans. His representative animal in the group is the wolf. According to Changbin, Bangchan is the busiest member of all. At times, he talks about his dog Barry, who lives with his family in Australia. He received a bottle of alcohol from actor Ryan Reynolds. When he lived in Australia, a girl wanted to confess her feelings to him, but he had to travel to Korea after passing his audition. He became close to Hong Jung and Yoonho of IT's after recording for the program Kingdom, even stating that he considers them good guys. He said he admired Jungkook of BTS since he was a trainee, considering him the top in the K-pop industry. Initially, when he met 17's Vernon, he thought they were born in the same year, so they spoke in a friendly and informal manner. He was surprised to learn that Vernon is a year younger, but since they had already friendship, they continued to speak informally.
This was short. I do need to find more videos on like good quality documentary videos on all the boys. It's always fun to learn more. I also know about their struggles too. For some reason, the struggles and the videos about their struggles, it makes me bond with them a lot more.